Hey guys, today I have what might be really good news for a lot of you, and that's right in the title. You don't have to overhead squat to be fit. One single movement is not going to be that much of a factor when it comes to you being able to be healthy and improve your general fitness. Maybe if it is one really general thing that you're completely removing from your exercise or your movement routines, like bending at the knees, that's a big issue, yes. But to take something as specific as an overhead squat or pull up or double under or whatever your sticking point is, it's not going to have that big of an influence. And I say all this to try to get people a little more comfortable with actually changing a movement to an entirely different movement when it comes to a workout. And there's two reasons that we may want to do this. One is going to be safety, and two is going to be maintaining the stimulus of that workout. So with an overhead squat, the safety is really simple. Is it unsafe when you're holding the bar overhead? Is it constantly caving down on you? Or what does it make the rest of your body underneath that bar look like or do in order to keep that weight overhead? Does it put your back in a bad position or your knees? And then the other point is the stimulus. If that bar is constantly going to be falling down on you and you're not going to be able to get a set of 5, 10, or whatever the intention is for the day, that's going to change the stimulus of that workout, and you're going to finish it not having gotten as much out of it as you possibly could have should you switch to maybe a goblet squat or a front squat in place of that for that day. So I know this is kind of a tough pill to swallow. Changing a movement is often seen as less. And the thing I have said hundreds, if not thousands of times, is the one thing I know about a scaled CrossFit workout is that it's still pretty darn hard. So we are not worried about it being too easy. And then I know what other people are going to say too, and that's, well, if I'm not going to overhead squat in the Metcon, when am I going to practice that? And I'll tell you this right off of the bat, Metcons are not for practice. Generally, especially if they are high intensity, that is not where you're practicing skills. That is where you are working on endurance and generating that engine. Where you are building skills and technique is in other portions of the workout. Heavy days, strength days, in the skill work at the end of class, or, and this is the best place, warm-ups. Doing your warm-ups with intention. When you overhead squat that PVC pipe, it should be gorgeous. And that is going to translate over to you actually loading that bar with some weight. So again, to kind of summarize, we get pretty hung up on doing the workout exactly the way it's written. Maybe that's not appropriate for you on that day, and maybe that won't be appropriate for several weeks or months as you're building the requisite skill and mobility to do that well. So be open to some changes, think more about hitting that stimulus, and then really focus on those opportunities to practice that technique.